Hi, I'm Sajitha. I teach maths at an international school in Dubai. I've been teaching for more than 7 years now and absolutely love my job. I love teaching maths because it gives me the opportunity to explain to students that maths is so much more than the algebra word problems that they do. It's so much more than the exams, it's so much more than the assessments. It is about appreciating the beauty around us. How else can students appreciate the beauty of a sunflower if they do not learn the Fibonacci sequence? What about the beauty of the pyramids, the huge mysteries that are stored in the pyramids, which are still unexplored? How would you appreciate that if you do not learn trigonometry? Now, where else can I get an opportunity to share these ideas with students if I wouldn't be teaching mathematics? I love my job, but over the last 6 months, as most of us would know, it's been quite a challenge. During the COVID phase, our school moved on to Teams to communicate with students. The mode of communication is fairly good. I'm able to connect with my students and help them learn. But how effective I am as a math teacher is something which I have been thinking for a while. The primary reason is I was not able to write mathematical calculations on screen. Many students in my class require the written calculations to actually make sense of the steps of how you arrive at an answer. It's very important for them to see how you do those mathematical steps, which wasn't being done as comfortably as I would have liked. I had a touchscreen computer. I was writing on my touchscreen computer. I tried using a stylus. I asked my friends around. I was looking for various options, but nothing seemed to be as good as I would have liked it to be. That is when I found the Wacom One. I have been using the Wacom One for a while and I'm very happy using this product. It is very easy to use. It makes my handwriting legible. It's easy to carry around. It seems to have answered a lot of questions that I had and is making my teaching job much more easier. Especially teaching mathematics has become much more easier for me and much more effective for my students as well. So let me take you and share how easy it is to use the Wacom One. So you can come along. The Wacom One is compatible with Windows, Mac and selected Android phones. Wacom One has a built-in stand, and by unfolding out the legs, it provides a 90-degree viewing angle, which makes it so comfortable to write on. It took only 2 to 3 minutes and the driver was installed. Wacom has a dedicated Getting Started page with videos and tips to make it even better. So now I'm going to share how I can use Wacom on OneNote. So this is my OneNote screen, and in my folder you can see all these folders here, and I have shared one folder for algebra, geometry, PowerPoints, etc. I've clicked on the algebra folder. If I want to explain this to students, I can go on my screen, I select a color and I can just solve below that just like I'm writing on paper. So if you look over here, you can write. I've selected a very broad pen. Let me reduce the size. So here it goes. I reduce the size, I just raise this and then I use this pen. So the 3x minus 12 is equal to minus 4x plus 2. The ease with which I can write is so similar to what I write on paper. In fact, it's fun to write on this. If any of you use it, you may realize and you may want to write even more. That's what I felt. So here this is 7x is equal to 14 and x is equal to 2. You can also use all these colors that are available here to make it look, looks really nice. I've not selected a color, so here you go. So to do algebra, which has been an issue for some students, to get the steps of working, I'm able to write each and every step for my students now. So this is for algebra. On OneNote, I have this space for geometry, and on my Wacom tablet, I'm going to select the draw option, which gives me the colors again, and it gives me ink to shape. So I'm going to select ink to shape, then I select a pen. Let's assume I'm going to draw a circle. Just see, it becomes a perfect circle. Then I give students a question that the radius of a circle is 6 centimeters. How do we calculate the area? And so on. So it is very easy to draw different shapes over here with this option. So let me draw a triangle. Only you need to be careful that the shape is closed. Then it comes out to be a perfect shape. I'm now going to share how I can work on two things at the same time using the Wacom One. So here I'm going to first extend my screen. Let's assume I have a worksheet here that I want students to work on. I will open the worksheet on my screen. I then click the cursor and I extend it there onto my Wacom. goes on there, and this is what my students will see. They can keep working on the Wacom while I go here. What if I have an email to send or some other work that I have? I can go on and I can keep working on my screen here while my students are working on the worksheet that I have posted for them. Let's assume that I want my students to work on the equations worksheet. Okay, once the equation worksheet can be shared on the screen that students are seeing here, and on my screen I can continue with an email that I have to send, something urgent, some work that I have to do. Both can be done at the same time. What if a student comes up with a doubt and they want to ask a question? So here on the screen I can make a quick selection and I can help them with questions at the same time. So just see how beautifully this works. So this becomes 7x is equal to 14 and x is equal to 2. So both of these happen at the same time and it's not very confusing. It is really putting me at ease, and the students can carry on with their work and I can carry on with mine. Now isn't that absolutely awesome? This is another feature which is even more fun to use, because if you go here and select the pen, a text box opens up, and let's say you write something here. How are you? Do you see how it comes up over here at the top? Along with this, if you're not happy with the size and you want to change the color and the size and the font, you just have to select it like this, and here you can change the size, you can change the color, you can change the font. Isn't that amazing? Let me go on to share how this could be used on PowerPoints. I'm going to show how you can write while you have a slideshow on. Let's assume that I'm on slide 4 and a student wants to know how exactly to solve this question. Here it's going to be oranges and it's going to be price. So 11 oranges costs 88 pence. So how much would 20 cost? I put an X, and then I can put this here, and this can be solved as, and then it goes on. So if you notice over here, I can leave the calculations on my screen to stay there for students to refer whenever they want later. I can refer to it as well and share it with other classes if required. When I cancel the screen, when I want to exit, it will ask whether I want to keep the written material on or whether I want to discard it. So if I wanted to stay there, I can just click on keep, and there goes, it is saved. It will show up for a student when they want to see it later. There's another cool feature here that I can share, which you could use for formulas in particular. Let me go to draw. I select this pen here, and then I'm going to write the formula for area for triangle, for example. So area is half base times height. I can then select the lasso tool. I go here, I select it, and then I click into math. So here the formula shows up like this. That's so cool, isn't it? Now let me share how you can compose emails with ease on your Office 365 or Gmail. I click on the keyboard below and I'm going to write in the email of the person that I want to send it to. Here it comes up, the subject, hello, it comes up there. When I go down, how are you? Isn't that cool? And then I can send it, and there it goes. So it's as easy to send an email using Wacom. So here I am, a much happier math teacher than when distance learning started, all because of Wacom One. It has made my life so much easier, and it's making my teaching much more engaging and much more effective for my students. So in this new blended learning environment where some students are in front of me in my class and some students are at home, Wacom is becoming the perfect digital whiteboard for me. What I write on my screen, on my table, is being seen at the very same time by students in my class and students at home. And that is the most exciting option of Wacom that I found most effective in my teaching, because classroom management is also being able to be handled very well along with teaching. That's the best part of Wacom, and I'm so happy with this product. I would like to add that they have a 2-year warranty. They come with complete digital solutions in terms of hardware and software. So I'm very happy with my experiences with Wacom, and I have now come across as a much more efficient math teacher because I am more confident that I can help my students in a way that makes their learning more effective. So thank you Wacom One for making this possible.